They do, yeah. I hate it. I do not like it.
Degraded and humiliated by my spirit. That is the
Yeah,
only
there was
way
that,
people take me for everything.
I mean, when you got the craving, it's just because you smoke cigarettes.
That's a fact. According to who?
Once in a while,
Would you be willing to take a drug test?
So many bad smells. Primo, I like that. Welcome back, everybody. Here we are for part 2 of the Bargoyles, episode 120.2. Point 2 means something very in particular. DeConte, what do we do for point 2? And Nick, do you have that intro ready?
Yeah, point 2. This is where we find out if we actually like Porter or not, or any of our guests that come on the show, by asking them a bunch of questions and seeing if they're a good friend or a bad enemy.
Well, I mean, they're here in part 2. They don't even know who Porter is. Please check out episode 120.1. It's just going to say 120, where we talk about the guy, introduce him to you, the guest at home. Just a quick little rundown. Mans is from Florida, and then Massachusetts, and then Florida, D.C. area, now in Fredericksburg. He's all over the place. I love your joke about people, you're a culmination of just trash. Your accent.
that's the joke.
Yeah,
No.
yeah.
It's just a big pile of trash.
I mean, that's your joke. Like, I just heard it. I think it's fucking hilarious. He's like,
It was mostly West Virginia.
Yeah.
DC
Oh, the West
area,
Virginia. I
West
forgot about the West Virginia
DC
part. Okay,
area,
yeah.
and then down in Florida.
I don't remember Massachusetts being part of that, so I was like,
Yeah,
Massachusetts.
that was
trash.
like
Yeah.
a camp for.
White trash camp. Okay.
Yes.
Night, Massachusetts makes
I
sense.
have
then.
good
whiten you up.
I have good family there that were, hoping to set me straight.
That's why they sent you back. Okay. Okay, there you go. That's a little bit of the story of Chris Porter. If you want to find out more, please check out part 1. But before we do that, can you give your socials? This part 2, they didn't watch part 1. How can people follow you and check you out?
You can follow me on Instagram at I am also Chris Porter, because there's another Chris Porter, very funny comedian, but I am also Chris Porter.
That's so
funny. And you can find me on Facebook at Chris Porter. So.
Yeah, Chris Porter. There you go. You've definitely seen him. If you follow me on Facebook, you've definitely seen me share his thing. I share everybody's stuff. Big fan of the comedy scene. This guy's got a lot of stuff brewing. I mean, it's not Fridays anymore, right? Your showcase shows down.
Yeah, it's every Friday. We had a little scheduling change with our December show, but generally speaking, it's every first Friday down in Fredericksburg. Please follow FXBG Comedy Scene on Instagram, and we post all our shows that we do and take part in down in Fredericksburg area. So.
And that is our guest for the show. Let's reintroduce the host over in the corner.
Welcome to the Coast Lacuna. It's your boy DeConte, a.k.a. the Fifth Dentist, because every group needs a naysayer. And then we in office, we got Sid.
It's your boy Corporate Nick. I am in office? ?
There's a lot of drama happening behind this. Here's the thing. People at home have no idea what he's talking about. It's funny for us. When people at home are just like, what does that even mean? don't even mean.
They'll pick it up as the episodes go on when we start talking about new shit.
Okay, and we have a nice little intro segment that you want to do here to introduce this segment.
Welcome, wonderful viewers, to Bar Enemy, Bar Friend, our tantalizing tavern talk segment. Today we're diving into a delightful domain of dining and drinks where we'll be quizzing our guests to uncover their true intentions. Are they a fabulous friend of the bar or a sneaky saboteur? Join us as we navigate a network of nuanced questions designed to determine whether our guest is a loyal libation lover or a cunning cocktail conundrum. So without further ado, let's bring out our special guest and prepare for a playful parlay of palate preferences, beverage beliefs, and spirited strategies. Are you ready to sip, savor, and see if our guest is a champion of the cheers or a fiend of the fizz? Let's get started on Bar Enemy, Bar Friend.
That's the thing. It's a little long. We're probably going to figure it out and twiddle it down. That's AI for you. I've been using AI to do everything. It's. You like AI at all? Use it?
Yeah, that's great.
Every inquiry email I have to send for work where I'm like, Mr. Johnson, we had met the other. I'm just like, AI, just write this. And fucking 3-4 paragraphs that sound so professional. It's ridiculous. They're going to take over.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
As soon as they start doing haircuts and shit, we're fucking done. Dude.
That's the job?
Well, that's a job that you would think AI could never take over. And once they start doing shit like that, it's like, fucked.
There's who's that? Who's the fat comic? Stavros out of Baltimore.
yeah.
He's got a great joke talking about how it's fucked up that AI is doing art and we still have like humans doing menial jobs. We're like, it was supposed to be the other way around. Like, the computers are supposed to be doing the shitty fucking jobs, and then we're supposed to be creating art, and that's not the fuck. Fuck that. That's some bullshit.
It's just fucked up that like AI now, they're like, how did fucking computers become the thing and machines became the thing that does art and humans are the ones in fucking Amazon warehouses? Like, shouldn't the robots be working so we could paint? Why the fuck do you type like Superman with tits and blonde hair into a computer and the computer does it, and then it's like, but some guy's putting a 16-hour shift for no fucking money. Why aren't the robots the fucking slaves? How are humans the fucking slaves?
Yeah.
We should have lives of leisure with the AI. It should be the coolest thing of all time.
Bar enemy, bar friend. My man Chris Porter here. He's also Chris Porter. Has some restaurant experience. Just do a little gloss over you. What happened with the restaurant stuff with you again?
I used to get drunk and high in a restaurant, and they paid me for a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that. Okay, that's I don't know why you would leave that job. That sounds like a great job.
90% of the industry.
That's what we're here to figure out, though.
They realized what I was doing.
Yeah, you're definitely back of house. Back of house behavior all day.
That's what gets me. What bothers me is anybody watching The Bear? I'm not like fully through this last season, but they really like, oh, people are doing drugs in the back. I'm like, come on, dog. Come on,
baby.
Come on, man.
Yeah, that was mild.
When I worked at Firebirds, we had a guy who was just on mushrooms the entire time, and he would take breaks just to spin like globes. Like dancers who do that. He was like, I'm on my break. We're like, all right, cool. And it was Firebirds right here in the plaza, so he would just stand right in front of the patio tables and
just had to get it out.
And we're on a Danning rush, and people are like, what the fuck? He's got a Firebird shirt. Somebody walk outside. He's like, oh, okay, cool. And he would just walk back there and just with the salads. But every salad came out perfect. It was perfect. So, drugs in the industries.
I mostly plated desserts there. That was like the thing.
No,
It was great. Yeah, like little cheese plates, desserts,
Ooh.
shucking oysters, like stuff like that took very little.
The grunt work. Yeah, made you feel good, but you really weren't doing shit.
They'd be like, Chris, stop being so extra with the raspberry drizzle. All right? Just calm down with the raspberry drizzle.
But it's a perfect Teddy Roosevelt. Look at it. It looks exactly like Teddy Roosevelt, man. Come on, give me something. Get the fuck out of here. Okay. All right, so let's break into some of the questions here. Conte, can you pull up the questions? Yeah. So what was the point for you where you decided you had to get out of the restaurant industry exactly?
They asked me to leave.
You could have went to another restaurant,
I could have. I think that started what you would call a large gap in my employment history.
Okay.
It was right around that time.
Okay.
I was in between jobs.
for 8 years.
I was in between Subway and McDonald's and okay.
Yeah.
Every time you say that, I just think like they just tapped you on the shoulder. Hey, you just clock out.
You just go ahead and go, man.
Just clock out.
I fired somebody like that before. Like,
No,
really kind, like,
they
"Hey, man, just go
they
ahead
let
and
me
go."
leave and then called me and said,
Oh,
come
cowards!
back.
Cowards! They're
yeah.
cowards!
You got fired on your day off, man.
Damn.
That's some cowardly shit. You got to fire them. Right?
I don't
Gotcha.
blame them. I don't blame
Dang.
You deserve it.
I was in rough shape. Yeah.
I knew it was coming.
Yeah, I was volatile. If they had fired me there, I would have went home with some pans.
That's mature of you to know. That's mature of you to know. Do you got any good back of house stories, specifically in the culinary training school? Because I feel like so I went to the Art Institute to study fashion, but we used to go to the third floor to hang out at lunch because you could get free lunch because the guys there were cooking. And seeing the fights back there was so funny to me because it's an open kitchen, but they don't have front of house. There's no like guests, so like they were so open about fighting, and I love the juxtaposition between like a kitchen that's like an open kitchen where they can't yell and fight versus like when it's closed and the moment that door swings, fuck you, mother, yo, give me my fucking mush, yo, this shit's late. Like, do you had any of those good fighting stories back there?
I know, and
Yeah.
they were kind of, it was a 16-year-olds, and I'll be honest, like the kids that were there for the right reasons, they took it pretty seriously, and they were just, kind of there, and I mean,
Do they all have fake French names?
yeah, I mean, I don't remember.
How could you
Fuck
expect
them, yeah.
20 years ago.
Yeah.
But yeah. Ugh. But we did, because we were leaving high school and going to the culinary school, we would go and stop at my friend's house his dad was in the SWAT. And if y'all don't know about kids of police officers, they love getting fucked up, right? Young, they're bad kids.
Shout out
Generally,
Kyle Dickerson. Yeah, that's my guy.
so they're generally bad kids. So we used to actually just go and get super high at this kid's school, at this kid's house. And then we would go to the culinary school.
Oh, you're cooking.
We would show up to the culinary school eating Taco Bell. Right? We were going to cook fine meals, and we would show up with Taco Bell. And I remember the sous chef said, she was like, "Hey, I don't know how anybody could eat Taco Bell without being high." And then just like kept looking at us.
Yeah,
Kinda
lady.
true. It's kind of true. Though.
We're like, bro, I think she knows.
You're like screaming it to your friend, bro. I think she knows. You're not whispering, man. We're not whispering. Everybody knows. Jesus. I feel like working in the back of house though, and drugs, they just go hand in
They're
hand.
hand in hand.
It's hand in hand.
Yeah, how much time do you spend in the walk-in and when you were working at Jackie's? You just hanging out in the walk-in a lot?
Jackie's, we could smoke. We would just go and smoke in a little alley that was right there. So not too much in the walk-in.
It's a nice setup.
At McDonald's, I've smoked weed and a cigarette. Why a cigarette in McDonald's walk-in freezer?
Same time, two hands. Oh, in the freezer.
Yeah, in the
Oh
freezer.
God.
Damn.
Yeah, because it would blow the air.
Yeah, that's
So
the perfect place.
okay,
yeah, it's
yeah.
the
you go in there
Yeah.
and smoke, and it would just be gone in a
perfect
second.
in an instant.
Yeah,
Yeah,
think about that.
You
think
might
about that,
smell
yeah.
like it, but the fucking walk-in's not going to smell like it.
I never thought about that.
Hell
Okay,
yeah.
cool. So when you were drinking, what would you go to a bar? What's your drink order?
Probably gin and ginger ale.
Gin and ginger ale.
Gin
That's
and
a mix.
ginger
That's
ale.
I
That
had
is
a
a
weird
problem.
infatuation with gin. Yeah.
Did you ever get into like cocktails? Were you a big like cocktail guy?
No.
People
I
go like,
pretty
okay.
much went out on Four Locos. That was like,
Okay, yeah.
Damn.
Is that around the time you
those
quit
days.
if you want
drinking?
to call that a cocktail, that's
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a cocktail in a can.
Okay, yeah, cocktail in a
Blackout
can,
tail.
yeah.
Yeah.
hot Four Locos.
Molotov cocktails. Yeah.
Man, that's funny.
Yeah, that was about the time. It was probably right around the Four Loco. I wouldn't blame Four Loco.
Yeah,
But shout out Four Loco if you're still in business. Don't sue us.
They are.
It wasn't
They're
your fault.
thriving.
Yeah, I had one a couple months ago.
It's not you, it's me.
Yeah, but they're different now. They kind
They're
of.
way
Yeah.
different
Yeah.
now. Yeah, before the ban. Oh,
Yeah.
Well, they had the
One
off-brand.
label- oh.
They had the off-brand Four Locos that were called Tilt.
tilt. Yeah,
Right, and they had the
Tilt.
tilt. The funny thing about tilt, I learned this firsthand, was that when you drank tilt, the next morning you were going to take a shit
Yeah.
that was exact same color as the whatever color tilt you drank. So if you had a purple one, it would look like a purple crayon in the morning. It was, and you're like, that can't be healthy. That can't. That
Oh,
can't
that's
be
bad.
healthy.
If it's automatically changing the color of your shit, that's not good.
Like full on.
Just imagine what your blood looked like inside during that. That's fucked up.
Fucked. That is
Yeah,
fucked.
Four Loco Tilt Juice was a thing. JOOSE, that was a thing. Juice.
Booty sweat. Nope. Can think of it now.
No, Pimp Juice, that was a thing.
Jungle Juice, that was a good one. You make the jungle
You
juice.
make
Yeah.
it jungle.
There's so
just
many different
great.
recipes for jungle juice.
Oh,
though.
yeah, there is
there's
no
yeah, there's
recipe.
no actual jungle.
It's
just
get some fruit, get some cheap vodkas or whatever you throw
Grain
in
alcohol.
it, and then
Yeah.
grain
grain alcohol.
Ooh, disgusting. Just all that puts the hangover already in my head. Did you ever have like a hangover cure for yourself?
Like mostly probably like weed and cocaine, I'd say.
okay.
Yeah. That was maybe an opiate
Yeah.
if an opiate will get you right.
Well, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
From a
So you do like
hangover.
cocktails, yes.
Yes, yeah. Would you like a good cocktail?
Yes, 100%. Yeah.
That will wake you up. I feel like yeah.
You could turn any 6-pack into a 30-pack with a couple Xanax. I mean,
Oh.
that.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And you also will wake up on Tuesday when you were drinking on Thursday doing your Xanax. Yeah.
You having a good? Who gives a fuck about days though?
Yeah.
At that point,
Time
I
travel.
got a buddy said he drove up the Maine with his buddies safely and back. Doesn't remember any of it because he was on Xanax.
yeah. Is any?
He said his people remember it. They said, "No, you were a safe driver."
The best thing
Took
is,
us half a Xan, 13 hours till I land. He'll be out like a light, baby.
the best thing is when you get a bottle of Xanax, you take them, you black out, right? And then when you come out of your blackout, you start fighting people for stealing your Xanax.
Oh, I'm making memories.
You're like, oh shit, I was the one that stole my Xanax.
Who the fuck stole my Xanax? You just woke up after 30
It's like
straight
that
hours.
meme where that guy's pointing in the mirror.
You. Oh, man.
That's crazy.
DeConte, you never mixed barbiturates and alcohol, have you?
No, not really.
Just one or the other?
Yeah, it's always one or the other for me.
I didn't think you'd say yes. I don't know too much about
I would
this.
strongly encourage the listeners
To not.
take
To
this
not.
as advice to do this. Yes, it was,
Yeah,
This is a PSA, actually, not to do any of this. Yeah, don't be like us.
We don't do any of that now.
No, we don't.
Good boys. We're a bunch of good boys doing a nice PSA to chill.
Chill
Chill
the
the fuck
fuck
out.
out,
Don't hang out with Showitz too much. Chill the fuck out. It's his birthday. So
yeah,
he's going to be
it's
at
his
Riff.
birthday.
He's going to be being fucked up. It's going to be a great time. No, so, okay, with the hangover. What about, like, late night munchies? Did you ever, what was your kind of go-to food of choice?
double stuffed Oreos. Still is.
Damn.
Nice. Yeah. How fast can you go through
Do
a
you-
family pack?
Yeah, but do you have those stocked at the house? Because you could.
Off and on, but generally,
Yeah,
yeah.
okay.
There's
Yeah. They do carry packs of double stuffed Oreos at convenience stores, which is really good for
it's like a fucking
getting
tease.
fucked up at 3:30 in the morning and go to 7-Eleven.
Yeah, that's what I'm
They're
saying. Like,
gonna
if you're
have it.
late night cruising and you need
Yeah.
to get something to eat. But if you got the double stuffed Oreos, fuck.
But I like to sit with a glass of milk, and just tear up a whole like half the pack.
There's a half sleeve.
like-
Oh, geez, half a pack.
Oh yeah, no, I'd eat 2 rows of that.
2 rows,
that-
yeah.
oh,
Man,
Checks
yeah,
out.
I never was into dunking my Oreos in the milk.
Yeah, I don't
never
do
did.
that. I don't do milk.
Straight from
anyway.
the
no,
straight
dunking's
from the
good,
bag.
But I don't ever drink milk. I
don't do
But
milk.
that's the most milk I'll ever get is if I'm dunking in
If
the
you're
Oreos.
dunking it, yeah, I don't drink milk. So.
Is that like a white thing?
No, it's not.
Oh,
It's not a
Nah,
white thing.
Eh.
I just never. I don't know. I just never was like, oh yeah, tip this
I
joint.
didn't like
Well, I
milk.
mean,
Yeah.
drinking milk with dinner because I grew up like,
drinking milk with dinner.
That's a
Yeah,
white
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
That's a
Yeah,
white
yeah,
thing.
Yeah,
That's
bro,
right, yeah,
I got
that's a white
water
thing.
if I was lucky.
all right,
Shit.
all right.
My best friend growing up, he was a milk all the time. Like, dude, this is not good right now. Like, why are you
Damn.
like this ain't good? It's fucking 97 degrees outside. We're working on a garage door. I just grab my fucking yoo-hoo real quick.
If I'm out with the homies, we're like at a nice dinner, and a buddy goes, "A nice 2%, please." I'm like, "No, that's the last time we're hanging
I'm out.
out."
Yeah, it's the last
I was
time.
like, good, "Hey, good for you.
Yeah.
This is it."
He'll
Just-
also
this
have
is
the
it.
chicken tenders.
Yeah, also the chicken tenders. Ketchup, please. So,
That's
yeah.
2%.
So I am curious. So did when you had milk at dinner, did you have to finish your dinner before you drank the milk, or would you drink the milk during dinner?
No, and I mean, it was it was just something I remember was always like when I was younger.
Yeah.
But I grew up in the age of like we didn't have our family dinners. Like we had a TV tray. I would go
Yeah,
in my
yeah.
room and
Yeah.
watch TV
Yeah, the
while
kid
I ate
cuisine.
dinner.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So when is the last time?
But
you've
we
had
have
milk
milk.
with
We
dinner?
have food stamps. We always seem to have like a fair amount of food stamps. I remember. Yeah.
Hey, shout out the American government,
He
baby.
good,
Take
man.
care.
He good on
Yo,
Getting that Pepsi.
Daddy Sam, dog, he take care of you. But when is the last time you've had milk with dinner, though?
Oh, I couldn't tell you.
Oh, so it's been a while. Okay, what's your,
yeah.
see,
I
I thought it was
still
still
do.
going on today. And I was like,
No, I don't.
I was like,
think
oh, I
my
know you're
kids-
sober.
He
Good
has
for
a
you,
cola.
bro.
He has a
That's
Pepsi
weird.
now,
That's weird.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. No, we drink water with dinner.
Oh,
Nice.
Yeah,
Good.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
healthy.
I try to stay away from the soda too much. I'll have one in an open mic or something like that.
Oh, okay.
You got to buy something. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Checks out. Okay.
So when you do get that soda, $2.85 soda, what are you giving the bartender?
I was a little bit of a humble brag. Okay, I
Brag all you want. This is the platform to brag.
Yeah.
My
This is the
mom was a
platform to-
server.
yeah.
My mom was a server.
Shout
so
out moms.
I've always gone into a little bit. I piss off my wife with how much I'll tip people. And I think at first she thought I was flirting with the waitress. And I'm like, nah,
Oh,
I
yeah.
kinda
They,
do this.
they think that. Yeah.
I'm like, I do this all the time. And
Hey, you think that she's special? She ain't.
so generally, I'll tip $10 on a if
You'll-
I get a soda, I'll
You'll
just
tip
I'll-
Ten on, or just
yeah.
like round to 10?
No, I'll
Give him $10 bill.
I'll give him $10.
Gotcha.
Damn,
Yeah.
that's her.
That's a good. That's
yeah.
good.
That's a really good tip.
a good tip.
On
That's a
just
good
a
tip.
soda. Yeah.
Can't get mad at that.
Right.
Can't get the business owner gets mad at that.
Yeah.
But the bartender don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
But what I'm realizing is a lot of these rooms, it's so Dan Kaufman, shout out Dan Kaufman, he was telling me about it on Monday night. He goes, guys, take care of the bartender because if she's not happy, this room ends.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, the managers don't care because the manager, they just see people. They're like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
cool, people, whatever. The numbers, oh shit. But if the server, the bartender's complaining, that room's gonna end.
It ends. Yeah.
Bargoyles, tip of the day. Take care of your servers. You should know that already. That's the tip of your life. Get the fuck out of here.
Super easy to remember that.
Cuddy, you got a question?
Yeah. What do you think is a secret superpower as a sober person?
A secret sober power as a sober or
A secret superpower you have as the sober person in a room full of drunks. What's your secret power? Besides, being able to walk in a straight line.
Yeah, I mean, I would certainly say physical awareness,
space?
memory,
Wait, I did what? Yes.
higher
Yes,
impulse
you did.
control. That comes in handy sometimes.
Right?
Yeah.
All right, yeah, fuck it.
Yeah, fuck it. Yeah, you think you're better than me? Oh, you got impulse control. Fuck out of here. Bitch ass motherfucker. Jesus.
Sorry, dude. We're gonna come on
I thought we liked him. I thought,
Yeah.
well, no, he has to disagree. That's his job. That he is the fifth dentist. That's ridiculous. For you, when you were out on benders, what is your historically longest bender?
Oh God.
I think our record was what John said, 4 days.
Jeez.
Oh dear God, no longer than that. I've gone on. I've probably gone at least 30 days of waking up, getting fucked up, and going at least. Yeah, I mean, I sent myself into quite a psychosis one time off of just drinking Xanax, PCP,
Is that what kind of Pepsi is that? Is that one of these ones?
PCP cola, you know.
Oh, PCP cola. Okay, gotcha.
Oh man.
30 fucking days.
Oh yeah, that's
For sure, and that's probably a conservative guess. Yes, I went hard.
I'm so happy you're sober, bro.
yeah. Thanks.
You never know.
Super proud of you. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, because we just had Joe Pacino on, who's just like, he just retired and decides to be sober. I was like, no, do a year of debauchery and then be sober. But
I don't understand.
The
this.
story's better when you're sober because you were like shitty. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when you're like, oh yeah, I'm sober. Oh, so like, what did you have issues? But nah, I just decided to stop drinking. That's not a cool story.
Bothers me.
Yeah,
It bothers me. I'm like, if
stolen
I could
valor.
drink, I would be so fucked up right now.
Yeah.
What is wrong with you?
right. Yeah, right.
it's stolen valor. Do you look at those guys and you judge them a little bit kind of a way?
No, not at all.
I do. I do.
I
We
am.
do. We
I
do.
am right
Yeah,
now.
yeah, we do right now. Fuck Joe. No, Joe's nice.
Joe's
But he
good.
was sending shots at everybody.
yeah, like
he was-
out the gate.
Yeah.
Shout out to Joe and Fox News for telling us to take our place.
Oh man, so you know Joe Pacino, yeah?
Yes.
So the Fox News article, we'll talk about it here because we
Yeah,
can.
let's do it, yeah.
So Joe Pacino sent me an article that said, U.S. Army colonel or U.S. Army general gets into a fight with someone on a flight on the way to Israel, which he just did. He just went to Tel Aviv to go cover for Fox News and whatnot. And in the article, they put Joe Pacino's picture because he's their Israel specialist. And he was like, hey, man, can you post this as to advertise the show? And I was like, yeah, dog, cool, I got you. I posted it, and then I put the words. I was like, this motherfucking dude just did our show.
This abuser.
This abuser just did our show and then decided to beat up someone the week afterwards. Who the fuck is he? Go watch the latest episode, trying to advertise the show. Yeah. And he's like, oh, man, yeah, that's great. Because he was with me. He was like, yeah, that's awesome. And then Nick texts me. We had a bunch of comments like, yo, he did what? That's crazy. And then Nick goes, what happened? You read the article?
Well, I read the article. I was like, hold on. I need to see what the fuck's going on. I was trying to avoid CNN or Fox News at the time. I don't even want that on my algorithm, to be real. But I look at it and was like, oh, it's just that news channel, news website shit where they put a picture of something that has nothing to do really with the article. It just happens to be he is their Israel person and blah, blah, blah. It was a totally different, it was like a
It's just a
general
stock
put his hands
image of
on a
him.
soldier.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh shit. I was like, it wasn't him. Blah,
It wasn't
blah.
him.
But he was like, I don't give a fuck. Essentially,
He was like,
they don't know
He's
that.
like, no, that Joe Pacino didn't do that. I was like, I know what they don't know that. And we're just trying to stir up drama for the show, obviously.
Yeah.
And not even 15 minutes go by, we're at Kaufman's room. Joe comes up to me. He's like, I was like, yo, did you see this person comment? This person? He's like, yeah, the fucking Keenan. He hit me up. I was like, Keenan? He goes, the guy who runs a Friday night we go to. I was like, oh. He goes, he's trying to figure out what's going on. I was like, oh, great. We're building up. People are talking about it.
Yeah.
And then 2 minutes later, he goes, Fox just texted me, you have to take it down. I was like, what's up? He goes, Fox News just hit me up saying, what the hell is going on? Who are these people? Do you know them? Take it down. And he's like, can you take it down? I was like, 15 minutes went by. So we're on Fox News' radar.
Yeah.
Yo, shout out Fox News. He hates you. Well, shout out.
I do, but hey, I'll take the
We're on their radar, man.
I'll take the publicity.
And that's the picture. That's Joe, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you read that.
Yeah, you think it was him?
Yeah.
Head
That's
of U.S. Central
amazing.
Command, CENTCOM, where he worked at, being investigated for physical harm with an airman on a plane to Israel.
Yeah, when I read it, the first thing I thought was Joe said multiple times on this show.
He's on his way to Israel. Yeah.
No,
Or
that
just
he's
went.
easily you could easily beat him up. So I'm like,
Oh.
there's no way that he
Oh,
did
he's the
that.
guy who got beat up. He's just thinking, yeah.
Well, they said I was like, no, he didn't. No way.
Not my guy, Joe. No,
Yeah, hell
fuck no. Jeez, no, that's fucked up. We're moving on up. Not a Fox guy though. He talks about it on stage.
Yeah,
Not a
he-
Fox
Yeah.
guy.
He's not. You know what?
I'm not either one. I heard you say, see, I don't watch CNN either.
I don't watch any news, but I'm definitely not a Fox guy.
If you want your
Yeah.
news, go to the BBC.
I like
they
to
say.
remain neutral. Like I genuinely just don't really care about all that stuff.
It makes sense to go to the BBC because it's not an American broadcast, so it's like,
Oh, that's a news thing.
oh, you're just talking about big black cock.
There you go, baby.
I like
for you,
Telemundo. That's a good one. That's a good
Oh man,
Univision.
who was doing
Nice.
a bit? Yeah, someone did a bit. Was it who did the bit
No,
last
no,
night?
I did. Now that yes,
It was that your bit?
No.
Yeah.
It was somebody. They said, "What if they let?"
Yeah, let Telemundo announce the,
the
election.
election.
Because apparently Telemundo did the other. Like, oh, Telemundo, Biden! And like, they went crazy with it.
Yeah.
Like, yo, fuck everything. Just when they announce it, just go to Telemundo. I was like, oh, that's pretty funny. Damn, I thought I
Kind
don't
of
know that was
backfired
it.
on the joke last night, though.
Yeah, it didn't work last night. I didn't even know if they know. Whatever. That is not the show. We're not talking
nope.
about that. What else do we got on the guy? So, double stuffed Oreos. That's his thing. 30 fucking day benders. That is a problem. $10 tips. That's always nice. Nick, you got a question?
Let's see. I probably know the answer to this, so I'll ask it in a different way. So what is the most interesting place you've woken up to during a bender that you didn't remember showing up to? Like, I'm sure that you've woken up places that you don't recognize. So what's like the most interesting place?
I have that place. So I was close with some guys at a tattoo shop, and
That's always how good story starts.
and so they live. You know, we would exchange dry goods and stuff like that, and all
Oh,
that.
yeah.
And so
Goods
they're-
and businesses being exchanged. Yeah.
They're
The
like-
free market economy is
Right.
thriving.
Yeah, fuck socialism.
And a guy talked to me. He's like, "Hey, we need some tattoo supplies," you know. And
Yeah.
so, like, he's like, "You go down to Florida Avenue down in D.C. and they got tattoo supplies down there in Florida Avenue." So
I know that Wendy's right there.
So I went down there with a mini M&M container full of pills and other stuff, and I go down there to go buy some of these tattoo supplies that this guy wanted.
Yeah.
And I black out. Xanax was
Nice.
probably the culprit that had me black out, and I vaguely remember interacting with some people, but then I woke up, and mind you, this is the middle of the week, right? This is not a weekend.
Yeah.
This is just like a Tuesday.
Yeah.
So I wake up on, like, say, a Wednesday morning, and I am in, right, a fully functional, very nice electric wheelchair
Oh, shit.
on the middle of Florida Avenue, just kind of like in a little cut that was right there on the main street. People are just walking to work, just doing their normal Wednesday morning thing. And I'm in an electric wheelchair. To this day, I have no idea how I acquired.
You stole that from a person who was probably a homeless person, and that was their thing.
I could have. It's
were
very
crawling.
well. If anybody knows whose electric wheelchair I commandeered, I'll happily make it right. But yeah.
Good for you.
That's fucking nuts.
Just found a fucking electric wheel. That's a problem. That is some menace fucking
That
behavior.
is straight menace.
Follow I am also Chris Porter. Give some love out there. Kanta, do you have any other questions? We got like 2 more before we got to go.
What's the most awkward thing someone has said to you when you found out you're sober? When they found out you were sober?
Yeah, I feel like this.
Oh, I've definitely got a I thought you'd be dead
Damn.
multiple times.
Oh, from people who knew you?
Yeah, like if they knew me before and then they met me afterwards, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's probably the biggest one, you know.
Yeah.
I mean,
What about somebody who's just meeting you for the first time and they find out you're sober? What's like some
that's
shitty
the more
responses?
awkward thing, you know,
Yeah.
because it's funny.
People
because,
don't know how to tiptoe. They yeah.
Well, it's also you got to think like most of the time these stories that we're talking about today are not palatable in your day-to-day situations, right? But generally, if I'm going to spend a lot of time with people, sometimes I need to explain a little bit. You know, like, if you know me when I'm chilling or like not at work, like sometimes I feel the need, like, man, maybe I could explain and it make me less weird. I don't know that it does accomplish that, but that's what you know,
give them that context.
So it is funny. Like my wife, man, she met me after I had gotten my shit together. I had just gotten custody of my 2 children, so I was like a single dad with full custody, and met my wife at the time, and until she met like some people that knew me and my dad and family and stuff.
She just thought you had everything together.
Well, she knew I had a drinking problem and I didn't drink anymore, but she didn't understand the scope
understand
of
the
it.
problem.
That I was literally a feral human being for up until I was about
Feral,
like 23 years old. Yeah. It was,
I mean, she obviously took it while you guys were married.
Yeah.
Did you help her run your business and everything?
Tricked the shit out of her. Yeah.
Gotcha. Wait, so you ever used a fake ID back then?
I mean, I've used a jail ID many times.
So what's a jail ID?
They'll give you a little ID card when you get out of jail. When I got out of jail, I was down there in DC Armory near there. There's a jail right there, and when they let you go, they give you a Metro token and like a little ID card. And so I remember using that to get cigarettes a couple times.
Damn.
It's like, I'm not gonna rob you. Just give me some.
I love the idea.
I got money.
The guy's like, you ever use an illegal ID to get some drinks? Cigarettes. That's how young he was.
We actually did use my sous chef at Jackie's. We used to use, he had a very generic skinny white guy face picture. And so there was like 4 of us that used his ID. Sam.
Nice.
Yeah. Shout out to Sam, man.
Shout out to Sam. Hey, Sam's a real one.
Sous chef Sam.
Do you remember his birthday?
No.
He said you that much. That was also a long time ago. I get that. Oh no. So. Oh nope. You don't drink anymore on that one. That's not a good question. Oh, the ABC store one doesn't work either.
Yeah.
Okay. Waters, tips. What else? We got to cover one more thing before we get to it.
So when you go out and you're waiting on your group, or your group is all there, and the waiter asks you if you like anything to drink, do you order water just for you, or do you order water for everybody?
So if I'm getting there and still waiting on a party,
Yeah, party of 6. You and the lady got there first, and they're like, "Oh, hey, get you guys anything to drink?" You go, "Yeah, her and I." Do you go just her and I, or can we just get waters for everybody?
you know what? I'll be honest and say I probably would not order the water for everybody. Yeah. I'm not sure why. I see now that it's probably the right thing to do, but yeah.
No, you're doing the right thing.
Yeah, you're doing Lord's work.
According to me, I think you're doing the right thing.
Yeah, it's shit.
You don't know. Maybe everyone needs some water. You know, they're coming from another bar. You know,
They can order it themselves when they get there.
So now I have a follow-up question to this: do you drink the water?
Yes, I
You
drink
actually
the
okay.
water.
I mean, it's the only thing he's drinking.
I mean,
No,
you might get your Coke. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I'll get a Coca-Cola.
Okay.
Yeah, you know.
2%, please.
I might get a Shirley Temple. Might do.
Oh, damn.
That's if you're finding thread.
Ooh. This is one that's been coming up, and we'll probably call it here. You and a lady go out. You have a tab. It's a $100 tab. What are you tipping? Ask that first, and then there's a follow-up. On a $100 tab. Nice dinner service.
On a $100 tab, I mean, generally, if service was good and everything, $25.
Cool. $25 is solid. Now, if the greatest service you ever had and you want to bless them, what is a blessing of a tip on a $100 tab?
I mean, anything north of, if I was really feeling ballerish and, all that, $50, you give them $50. I mean, that's gonna make an impression.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah. And if I had it and I love good service. That's my biggest thing. Yeah. You could give me a crappy meal and I know that server did not make that meal, and so I'll
Good disassociation.
I will generally not fault them with that, and I really like good service. I get impressed with it, customer service. I'm semi in the customer service industry still, so even the construction, because I build houses for people. I do walkthroughs. I got to answer questions. I do updates, all that stuff. We are very trained in customer service. It's pretty important.
Damn, yeah, I would imagine. Building somebody's house.
Okay, you want to take it to a vote here, boys?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Who wants to lead it off?
I'll go ahead and start. So just from everything I'm hearing, man, just from your past to where you're at now, and just I mean, shit, you doing 50 on hundreds. And,
He's not doing that every time.
I know, no.
We always
but,
ask
yeah,
what a
but when he
blessing is.
can, you know, when he can. That's,
Yeah, but Joe
Yeah.
Pacino blesses 65. Remember, like it's
Yeah,
it's
that's
what we
true.
say is they're not doing it every time, but what do they consider a
Yeah.
blessing?
I mean, so even with that,
That's 50%.
Yeah.
If you and I were to bless somebody, we're tipping them 100%.
yeah.
You know.
So I'm just gonna go ahead and say bar friend. Like
Bar
honestly, yeah. Yeah, good to see where you're at now, man. Like, fuck yeah, bro.
Okay, bar friend. That's one.
Nice.
Nicholas, what do you got?
Yeah,
Corporate Nick.
So I do like what DeConte said. He proud to see where you are now. I'm judging you for where you were then.
Because that's when he was in the restaurant industry.
Even in the restaurant industry. I have dealt with hard-headed kids who are in like programs and think they know what the fuck's going on and all that bullshit. And he just gave me a little bit of PTSD with some people that I've dealt with in the past.
All that jazz.
Current you, awesome. I would love to go have dinner with you anytime. With
I'm not sure
our
that's what this
wives
is.
and that thing. You know.
Let's do it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Do it.
I can definitely see we have a good time.
I have some availabilities next week. Thursday.
You like Ruth Chris?
I love Ruth Chris. I'm not paying.
We're going Fahrenheit 123, bro.
Yeah.
132, sorry.
Yeah, I hope you like to dine and dash. But yeah, just that just the shit that you were putting your employers through back then. I gotta go enemy,
30
dude.
day bender.
Man, that was fair. Man.
30 days.
gotta go.
Appreciate you for that.
Crazy. That's one of those things where obviously it's going to follow me here, but the juxtaposition of who you were and who you are now. But we are the restaurant show. We are the Bargoyles. We talk about bars, and who you were in the restaurant industry was a fiend. I mean, I don't think enemy suffices what you were. Like you're almost a dictator of just how bad you were. That's tough, but we're all growing people. I know you as the comic. We've never, worked together outside of the comedy world. And when it comes to comedy, you're great. I've realized I was sucking Heather's dick way too much last episode, so I'm going to do a little bit less now. He knows that I think highly of him. He got his opening intro. He's doing great. Too good. He got to fucking knock him down a little bit. No,
I was like, great.
just number one in Electric Palm, man, fucking Richmond, man, just cleaning it up down there. I love that for you, and he's producing his own shows in a city that doesn't have a lot of shows. That's awesome. I love to see that. But man, just those restaurant stories is rough. It's rough, but I'm gonna have to go bar friend specifically because the roughness you portrayed then. That's every day for us. That if we didn't see Hunter for 2-3 weeks, you're just like, he'll pop up again. We just that back of house. That's kind of run of the mill. It's one of those things you just got to understand, and people at home don't get that. If you never work in a restaurant, you don't get that. So, I'm gonna go certified bar friend 2 out of 3. So you're not unanimous, but you are a bar friend. But it was a tough fight. So you get the fight poster of the shirts here. This is the Bargoyles fight poster. There you go.
Nice.
Oh, man, shit. Here, fucking open it up. There you go. Got your logo down there on the bottom. It's us versus you. That is the fight logo, the boxing poster for Chris Porter. That's yours. Fredericksburg Comedy Scene. That's all you.
Thank you.
Check them out every other Friday, one Friday a month, down in Fredericksburg in the back room. Great fucking spot. What spot is that attached to?
It's behind Castilla's restaurant.
Castillas. Okay, nice. I kept saying Castiglias. I have no idea how to pronounce that. Castillas. Super cool. And then, catch him he's performing every fucking night of the week, basically. You can catch him on I Am Also Chris Porter. On IG, Facebook, you're just Chris Porter? Chris Porter. Yeah. Any other socials? You're not doing the TikToks? The TikToks?
I don't do the TikToks, no.
People be doing a lot.
It's a lot on there, man.
A lot.
I can't keep track of all the. I can't. I'm struggling with just Facebook and Instagram. So I'm just gonna.
Got it. Well, yeah. Keep it up. Check in. If you do shoot, give them a follow. Let them know the Bargoyles sent you. As always, say goodbye, boys.
See you guys.
Cheers.
Next
Love you guys.
week.
Degraded and humiliated and broke my spirit. That is literally my pickup technique for everything.
That's a fact. According to who?
Would you be willing to take a drug test?
No, it was great. like it, but man, that was fucked up.